In this story, Celie is the main character. Celie actually undergoes quite the transformation throughout the book. She starts off as being this young, poor, black, uneducated girl. She suffers from both physical and verbal abuse. The verbal abuse is from everyone constantly telling her how ugly she is and constantly reminding her of this. The physical abuse is from her father, who actually abuses her. She goes on to have two children by her father, who he later steals from her and gives away. Celie, she actually doesn't do much to fight against this abuse that she encounters. She's quite passive about it, and she goes on to being a very quiet girl who loses her own voice. Further on the book, Celie gets married to a man who abuses her as well, and she reacts to his abuse in a similarly passive manner. She doesn't do much about it, and she just continues on being this very quiet woman who doesn't have her own voice. But all of this changes when Celie meets a woman named Shug Avery. Shug Avery, she is pretty much everything that Celie isn't. She is beautiful, she is a very successful, empowered black woman. And Celie starts looking up to her. These two women, they form a friendship, and this friendship turns out to be very beneficial to Celie. Sorry. Celie, she learns how to fight back against all of the abusers in her life, and she also regains her own voice. She does this because Shug Avery teaches her all of these things as the role model that she is to her. She empowers her, and she actually also teaches Celie about other things about herself, as, for example, Celie, she referred to herself as a virgin because she didn't feel like she ever had a satisfying sex life, which you can understand because her sex life started when her father abused her and later on carried on to her husband, who abused her as well. So Shug Avery, she learned Celie how to recover her own sexuality and her own voice. And she does this because as the story continues on, Shug Avery helps Celie discover the letters that Nettie has sent her. And in this process, Celie undergoes a lot of emotions. She actually curses her husband out and goes crazy on him because of the years of abuse that she has endured. And she's never done this before, so this is actually one of the first times that Celie gets to stand up for herself. So, at this point in the story, Celie has actually possessed a sense of self-worth, which she has never ever had before. So this is quite the transformation for Celie. So with Celie, getting this self-actualization, she transformed into a happy and successful and independent woman. And this is miles away from where she started as a very insecure, beat down woman who, as I've said before, lost her own voice and lost her own self-worth because no one in her life had empowered her before she met this woman named Shug Avery. And Celie, she tries to make a better life for herself. She takes on the act of suing, which actually turns out to be quite a profitable business for herself. And I think she also uses it as kind of an outlet to create, to express her creative self-expression. So it's very beneficial to her because she can express herself, and the suing can, as I said, be a very profitable business for her. So all these things make her independent and free from all of the abuse that she has endured in the past. And as we see in the end, then Nettie, Olivia, and Adam, they return to Georgia from Africa, and Nettie and Celie are finally reconnected, and Celie's circle of friends and family is reunited. And Celie actually ends up saying, even though that she's had you can say a miserable life, and she's aging now. She's not a young girl anymore. She says that she doesn't even feel old at all. And she says that this is the youngest she has ever felt because she's now back with her family, and she has now grown into the woman that she has always wanted to be.